Hey everyone, how are we doing today? Mary Ellen Benakin, Sue Jennings. Hi Sue, how are you doing today?
Hi, Mary Ellen. How are you?
I'm good. We're the real estate ladies of North Atlanta, and we have a treat for you today. We are going to talk about the top trends and future of real estate in the North Atlanta area.
Mhm.
We also have our neighborhood highlight, which is 1858 downtown, which is awesome in Alpharetta. We're going to talk about what we love about North Atlanta. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about history. So, the history of Milton and Alpharetta, that's going to be interesting. And then our design is swap out soft pieces. So,
Mhm.
let's start with our neighborhood highlight. Let's go into 1858 downtown Alpharetta. Tell us a little bit
Mhm.
about that community, Sue.
So the 1858 is a really unique set of 11 homes. There's only four left to be built. Two of them are currently listed in FMLS as spec homes for 2.375 million. But these homes are in a fantastic location, and they're built by Patrick Malloy in a cooperative agreement that they have and with Vision Development Partners. And these are in such a great location, very, very walkable to downtown Alpharetta. And they just have such beautiful features to them. Just they've thought of every detail in this home. They do have outdoor living space that offers you privacy and tranquility on the decks and the patios and so forth. Um, it's just when you step into the home, you'll step into a grand foyer, and it's a total open concept living. So you'll have beautiful stainless steel appliances and a gourmet kitchen, a scullery perhaps
Mhm.
in some of the floor plans, and it seamlessly flows then into the dining room and the great room.
Sure.
Um, You've got a main level walkout to Cumming Street, which has a sidewalk, and you can easily walk to the downtown Alpharetta area. The owner's suite in the homes that they currently have for sale is on the second floor, and it has a spacious walk-in closet, a soaking tub, a luxurious zero-edge shower, and there are other bedrooms as well. The two that are currently listed have three bedrooms each, and some of them even have like rooftop decks so that you can
Nice.
take advantage of like spectacular sunsets and privacy when you're entertaining
Sure.
guests. The square footage, it varies as to whether the home is a three bedroom or has an optional four bedroom. You go to, about 3749 in square footage for a three bedroom, all the way up to like maybe 4,300 plus for a four bedroom home. And there are tandem three-car garages in these homes as well, which is really
Nice.
nice being that you're right in the downtown area. Like I said, high-end appliances, sky terraces, finished lower levels, but it's really, the life of luxury right in downtown Alpharetta.
Yeah. I mean, location, location, location.
Hmm.
What's happening is people are not really, they're right sizing to their needs. So they're empty nestering and they're moving downtown, but we're also seeing young families move downtown too, which is really
Hmm.
interesting.
We are.
So
We
we're
are.
seeing everybody, just moving down to that area because when they go home, they don't want to have to get in the car and go anywhere else. They can actually walk everywhere. So I think that that's really
Right.
great. So
Right.
fantastic. Well, that's really interesting. It's in downtown Alpharetta, walkable to everything. And let's get into our topic of the day, which is top trends and future of real estate in the North Atlanta area.
Hmm.
We got some
So,
interesting information.
right. There are some key trends here that I'm going to be talking about. Mostly, I want to mention that the North Atlanta area is very promising for growth and for continued demand for housing in this area. And some of the top trends are, first of all, suburban appeal. Um, The home buyers are seeking more space. That's indoor space as well as outdoor
Right.
space. And suburban areas like Alpharetta, Roswell, Johns Creek, these are all highly desirable areas. These areas also have excellent schools, green space, and a strong sense of community, which makes it very, very attractive for families. In the future, we expect that suburban living will remain popular and that people will continue to prioritize larger homes for their families, outdoor space, and quiet neighborhoods, especially with more remote and hybrid work locations.
And I think what's really interesting is, coming from the north, we both came from the north, and coming to the south, you know, um, houses are pretty big compared to other parts of the
Mhm.
country.
They
So
are.
when people come here, they're like, you get a lot of house for your money, but it's also very like strategic. It's like every bedroom has a bathroom. And
Mhm.
I know that when you take people out that have lived here for a long time, they're like, yes, we need every bedroom having a bathroom,
Mhm.
which in other parts of the country is just not normal. You might have 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. You're not going to have 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, full baths.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I think that that's another thing being in the suburbs. I think having that outdoor space has become very, very popular with everyone, an outdoor kitchen, fire pit, those type of things. So just being in the suburbs is nice, and everybody really
Mhm.
likes this North Atlanta area because you're kind of close to the city, yet you're in the suburbs, and yet you're also close to the country up in the mountains and stuff too. So
Right, right. So it's all about lifestyle. And part of that lifestyle is the potential growth of the luxury market here as far
yeah.
as housing. The luxury market is showing steady increasing demand in the North Atlanta area. And affluent areas like Buckhead, Milton, Alpharetta, these are all areas that offer upscale amenities, and they offer homes with home offices, home gyms, resort style backyards with pools. These are all highly sought after properties in this area. The future of this particular luxury market is expected to remain strong, driven by affluent buyers looking for properties with top-notch finishes, technology, and amenities.
Yeah. And I think there's so many reloads are coming to this part, of the country, and they want everything in one place. You know what I mean? They
Mhm.
don't want to have to go anywhere. So they want all those amenities, and having a place to have visitors, and just having that community of other people around them. So yeah,
Right.
nice.
Well, a lot of the expansion in the North Atlanta area has been because of technology and the
Mhm.
influence of the tech industry in Johns Creek as well as Alpharetta in particular. Alpharetta has been nicknamed the technology city of the South because we have over like 700 tech companies here in Alpharetta. And these companies set up shop. This creates a strong demand for homes, especially for young professionals. And this trend is increasing in the area. In the future, we expect the tech driven growth to continue. This will also continue to put a demand on housing in the area, uh, in particular for area business hubs, and that will further boost property values in the area. Want to mention one other tech hub that I didn't mention, and that's in the
Mhm.
Peachtree Corners area. There's a whole technology corridor in that area as well.
Yeah, and also I think people have to realize that there's a lot of international people in this area.
Mhm.
So a lot of these companies are internationally based. So you're getting a
Mhm.
lot of culture in here, and you're getting a lot of people that are coming in from other countries to live here, and they might only be here 2 or 3 years before they go off to their next place. But you're going to see a
Mhm.
lot of that international influx in the area too, with all the technology that we have.
Right. And I think because a lot of our population is younger and very tech oriented, Some of these are individuals as opposed to families as well, but they're all looking for walkable communities. And walkable communities have become very important to the homeowners in, the North Atlanta area, especially, like I said, millennials and young professionals. So we have areas like Avalon in Alpharetta and Halcyon that is just a little bit on the north end of Alpharetta into Forsyth County and Cumming. And then the other area that's very walkable, that's very popular is downtown Roswell. All these areas have a blend of different types of restaurants, different, like we said, cultures of food. So there's a lot of dining options, shopping options, and these are just all walkable settings. As far as the future, we think that mixed use developments are going to continue in popularity. People love, these areas are catering to these buyers who want convenience. They want urban living in a suburban setting.
Yeah. And, 10 years ago, there was hardly any. It's amazing what the growth has been, even in the last 10 to 20 years in this area, because we didn't really have these walkable communities, and they are just building them everywhere. So we're just, coming in with everybody else in the time. So yes, walkable to all the shops, all the restaurants, people want that walkable areas. So yeah, that's great.
And a lot of our community, because it is tech focused, being the technology city of the Southeast, our buyers are also looking for technology features, energy efficiency, and so forth in their homes. And this goes beyond like the Ring doorbell that you can see who's at your door from your phone. It goes into things like solar panels, smart thermostats, so that you can control the temperature of your different zones in your home, even though you're miles away. Sustainable building materials are something that we're also becoming very aware of in this area as being very, very important. So in general, in the future, we expect green homes to be a significant trend as buyers look for eco-friendly solutions to reduce their energy costs and reduce their environmental impact on the area that they live in. And this is going to absolutely influence our new builds and renovations to existing homes in the area.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see that. I mean, I know we're a little bit behind certain states when it comes to energy efficient and everything like that. I do see a lot of it growing really fast in the next 5 to 10 years.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So this does put additional challenges and pressure on our inventory, which we've already got some inventory challenges because of the influx of people coming to the North Atlanta area because of there's such job security and job growth here. But it's also creating a price appreciation challenge for some of our first-time home buyers because the home prices in the North Atlanta area are rising. Many buyers are facing stiff competition, which has led to multiple offers on homes and homes often selling for above asking price. In the future, we expect that price appreciation may moderate somewhat. We do expect that inventory shortages may still persist. In the near term, it's going to keep prices elevated, especially in high demand areas. But new construction will help alleviate some of this pressure. But we do expect that the demand for housing to remain strong because of the quality of the jobs and the types of jobs that are here.
Market. Yeah. Yeah. And I would say also that, the North Atlanta market has, it's been very consistent in the last 20 years. It's not, like if you go to California where houses went up 20-30% like in 1 year, ours are very, very consistent. So it is also a great investment for, you're going to live here and work here and play here. It's really a good investment for your future to purchase a property because it is going to only go up. It's not, I don't foresee any going down.
And, a lot of our buyers, they do like to work from home. So a home office is important to them, but a lot of them do have to be in the office a certain number of days a week. So there's like this hybrid work model going on, but that's why a lot of our buyers are looking for flexible spaces that they can, work from that space or maybe make it into a home gym. Just spaces with more functionality and kind of flex room spaces that they can make them into whatever will best meet their needs. As far as the future of all this, as the workplace adapts to new and varying work models, the demands for home with dedicated office spaces and multi-purpose, multi-use rooms is likely to grow.
Yeah, and how many husband and wives have we seen that I need an
Mhm.
office, he needs an office. It needs to be on two different levels of the house because he talks too loud when I'm trying to work, So we hear this all the time when we've got, the husband and the wife, we need two offices in this house. So we've got to create an office and then we got to use a bedroom as an office and they have to be on two different levels. We hear that all the time. That's like a daily conversation with our buyers.
Right. The other thing that I'm seeing with a lot of buyers too is they ask for two like family room spaces, not like the formal living room den concept that you had in the 70s, but an area where they have an open concept where they can entertain adults, and then also an equally as casual space, let's call it that, where their kids and their friends' kids can go and congregate and maybe play
Right.
games or do whatever they do, so that the adults can also talk. So sometimes having two living spaces in a home is something that people often ask for. So yes, floor plans are getting more casual, but the second living space is not necessarily going away.
Yep, definitely. And then the next thing we're going to talk about is the aging population and senior living. How that has just increased so much here. Yeah.
Right. So what's interesting is the average age of the population here in the North Atlanta area is a lot younger than it was where I came from in the Philadelphia and New York area as an average. But nevertheless, our population is aging and it's putting an increasing demand on downsizing, or as I like to call them, right sizing options, communities for active seniors. And our seniors are living longer than they ever did in the past. They're also, they're not acting old. They're out playing pickleball. They're out doing things. So what seniors are looking for is basically low maintenance homes in communities with amenities close to healthcare and with great social activities and proximity to family as well. So in the future, what I see happening here is a greater need for senior-friendly housing. I think that whole concept is going to expand in this area and that it will lead to more developments focused on age-restricted or multi-generational communities.
Yeah, no, that's definitely. And I think that, the senior living and the senior community, they don't want to really live with their kids and their grandkids. They really want their own space. I know that a lot of people will say, well, they'll all just move in as one thing. But I think that the generation that is coming into being seniors and senior living is very, very independent. And they do want to be in an independent community instead of living with family until they can't take care of themselves anymore. But what I'm saying is I think because they are living longer, they're wanting that independence and that space and that community. So agree.
Right.
100%.
So anyway, we talked about the trends and the strong future for real estate in the North Atlanta area with growing demand across various buyer demographics. And while changes like inventory shortages remain, the area's desirable lifestyle, strong economy, and proximity to Atlanta keep it in a competitive market.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think this was a really, really informational for people to understand. Every state and every city has different stuff. And this is what's really popular in this area. So let's segue into what we love about North Atlanta. And today we're going to talk about the history of Milton and Alpharetta. So, you're a history buff there, Sue. So you can go away and tell us all about the history of Milton and Alpharetta.
Right. Well, what I love about Milton and Alpharetta, first of all, is the charm that the history has, wrapped around these cities. So, according to the city of Alpharetta, the history of Alpharetta dates back to the 1830s when settlers and pioneers traveled to the area seeking promise of community in land, ownership. They wanted to raise their families, they wanted fertile farmland, and from its very humble beginnings as a trading post, the community of Alpharetta found prosperity. The city was officially established on December 11th of 1858, and it became the seat of the government for Milton County. Now, Alpharetta has known its challenges. In 1863, there was a smallpox epidemic. They also suffered from the ravages of the Civil War, but they found a way to persevere and to thrive. And in 1932, with the Great Depression ravaging the nation, Milton County was in a dire financial situation. And so it merged with Fulton County. Fulton County is where, the city of Atlanta resides. And they did this to ensure the continuation of services and the future prosperity. And to today, Milton and Alpharetta are still predominantly part of Fulton County. Now, parts of the area do bump up against Cherokee and Forsyth counties, but predominantly most of it sits in Fulton County. So Alpharetta remained a small, largely agrarian community through the early 1980s. But shortly thereafter blossomed into one of the most prosperous communities in the United States. The community had a population of only 3,000 people in 1980, but today exceeds more than 65,000 residents, and it goes to over 100,000 individuals in the city proper during a given workday, as most people do commute into Alpharetta because of all the jobs here. Alpharetta is now Georgia's 12th most populous city, and it boasts some of the best schools in the United States. It's known as the Technology City of the South due to the large number of tech companies here. And while the community now has trappings of success of a metropolitan city, it remains known for its sense of community. It's an ideal environment for raising families, making friends, and enjoying the quality of life that is second to none.
Yeah, and I think that everything that we talk about when we try to explain to our viewers that have no idea what Alpharetta, Georgia is, I think every time we're just giving the sense of the community, what people are like. We have people of all different ages. Every community that you're in, you're going to have people, you're going to have young families, you're going to have older empty nesters, you're going to have growing families, you're going to have individuals. So it's just amazing how the mix is just in the community. It all started in 1858?
58, yeah. But Milton actually really started as an unincorporated city in the northwestern part of Fulton County only as of 2006, when its residents voted for the city of Milton to be an unincorporated city. And that the following decade was marked by continuous growth and prosperity for the citizens of Milton. At the same time, that city has retained its historical rural character, which represents a coveted and attractive distance between small town life and the convenience of nearby urban areas. And if you go to build a house, even today in the city of Milton within the city limits, you have to have at least a 1 acre lot to build that single family home.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why a lot of us live in Milton, because they love that acre. So anyway, that was great, because I bet you nobody really knows about the history of Alpharetta and Milton. And I think it's really just kept its same charm in the last 100+ years. So thanks for that information. So we have a design tip of the day today, Sue. So what is our design tip of the day?
Our design tip of the day is actually a budget-friendly design tip. It's called swapping out your soft pieces. Soft pieces are like pillows, throws, and things like that.
Okay.
So if you take those things out, you can change your room entirely with maybe seasonal items, or make it a decor statement that's very transformative. It's very budget friendly. You can change the mood of the room. You can change it around seasons, holidays, change it throughout the year, and basically redecorate your entire home seasonally.
Yeah. I mean, I know like everybody has the pillows for Halloween, Easter, summer, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Valentine's Day. Like people like love to decorate here. So I always see with the different seasons how you can just switch out your soft pieces of pillows. Pillows are great. Pillows you can find anywhere, and just really they can totally change a couch. You know what I mean? When you're
Right.
looking at it. So
Right. So places like Home Goods and even Target have made it so easy to buy, pillows inexpensively that you can just swap them around, put them in a trash bag and store them for the season and then bring them out again next year.
sure, that's perfect. Well, we had some great information today. We talked about the top trends and future of real estate in North Atlanta. We talked about 1858 in downtown Alpharetta, which is our neighborhood. And we talked about what we love about North Atlanta, which is the history of Milton and Alpharetta. And then our design tip, or however you want to tip of the trade, was switching out your soft pieces, which are like pillows in different colors, different seasons, to just make a whole different look in your house. So thank you, Sue, for all that great information today. And hopefully everyone really enjoyed our information about the North Atlanta area. You can follow us on social media, and we just really appreciate your support. And Sue, have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.